Welcome. I'm Richard Hosnut, and I'm your host for this Ageless Wisdom series, 24 volumes, more than 10,000 pages of the greatest wisdom available to humanity today. Here is a quick introduction, and then I'll be back with you to share with you some deep insights from the Ageless Wisdom.
Welcome to the Ageless Wisdom series, which greatly accelerates your ability to live more of a wisdom-inspired life. The Ageless Wisdom is 24 volumes and over 10,000 pages of the most in-depth wisdom available to humanity. Its author is the Master Dijwal Kul, a God-realized enlightened avatar working with Christ and two other extraordinary masters in the spiritual kingdom. Humans know the mineral, plant, animal, and human kingdoms. When humans achieve the highest level of spiritual development, frequently referred to as enlightenment and God realization, they graduate from the human to the spiritual kingdom. This is probably your only opportunity to learn and utilize the great information in the Ageless Wisdom to live a more wisdom-inspired life. I am one of the most experienced and knowledgeable people of the Ageless Wisdom. I have studied it for decades and written about it in many of my 10 books. I have read and studied every volume and have read most volumes multiple times. Each episode in this series focuses on a powerful and extraordinarily helpful element of Ageless Wisdom.
In this particular episode of Wisdom from the Ageless Wisdom, I share with you some probably unexpected wisdom. Probably some information you'd not thought of before, and if you'd thought of it, you would have gone, So the first quote here deals with the cause of accidents. Okay? Not something you might expect the Ageless Wisdom to address, but it's rather interesting. Quote, accidents to individuals are the result, usually, of an explosion of force. Okay, and the force is explosion of energy, okay? And these explosions are caused by the hatreds and unkind thoughts and the critical words of those involved in the accident, close quote. So if you've got a lot of negative energy going on in you, you may want to pause and let it go as best you can, because you can become very accident prone. Thoughts for your consideration. This next quote is one of encouragement, but also you wish it were a bit more specific. Okay, so it's a pretty short quote. Good must ultimately triumph. Now, isn't that good news? But, there's always a but. The hierarchy, which refers to the spiritual hierarchy in the spiritual kingdom, the kingdom after the human kingdom. And the spiritual hierarchy is led by Christ. Okay? But the hierarchy does not know what the immediate future holds for humanity, because men and women determine their own destiny. Okay? So good must ultimately triumph. That's the good news. That's the headline here. Don't quite know when, because it's kind of up to us. Being left up to us might be a little bit scary. Okay? So thank you very much for listening. I hope this has helped you, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon.